This morning I am sitting here looking at this book called Weird Ohio. I picked this up at Goodwill a little while ago because I thought that it would be a really good book to find some cool places to go film this summer. I mean, right on the cover here is this giant basket. That's actually a building. It is the Longaberger Baskets building. It's a giant basket, and it's actually a building. But they moved out of there a while back. I think there is something else functional in there now, but I don't remember, because when I first got this book, I was looking it up on the internet, and I'll have to check it out again, but I really, really want to get down there one day and film that basket. I mean, whether or not it's functional right now or not. The cool thing is, if it is functional by another company, then we can get inside and see what it looks like. But there is all kinds of stuff in this book. And I love roadside attractions. You know, like when somebody builds something that's larger than life, and how stupid it sounds. Even things like the world's largest ball of twine or something like that, you know. I love stuff like that because it's just larger than life. And when I was in Indiana one year, I went to see James Dean's gravestone, which is not the original gravestone. The original one they had to take out because people kept busting it up or something. I can't remember if they said it was stolen or if they took the original one out and then they've had to replace it several times because it kept getting stolen. Something like that. But when I was there, something I wanted to do, and I didn't get to do, a short drive from where we were at in, I think it was Warsaw, there was actually like the world's largest ball of paint. And the cool thing about it is not that you're just going to see a big ball of paint, but when you get there, you can put your own layer of paint on there. There is paints there, you can dip a brush and put a layer of paint on it, and I think that is just so awesome. So I don't know if it's going to happen this summer, but that is one thing I would definitely love to do. So there might be a road trip in this summer to go see a ball of paint. That sounds so stupid. But there's all kinds of things in this book. Like here's a couple pages about Crybaby Bridge. And there are several Crybaby Bridges in here. I mean, basically any bridge you ever come across, there's a story about a crying baby. And if you guys remember, just as it was getting cold this past year, me and my brother and my friend Mark, we went on our own little kind of tour around Massillon where we grew up, and we revisited a lot of places where we used to hang out and just basically raise hell. But one of the places we went to that I had never been to before, what we referred to as Amish Crybaby Bridge. I had never heard about an Amish Crybaby Bridge, but it turned out to be like my favorite place we went that night. I'm not exactly sure where. I don't even know if I could find it if I went out there driving myself because Mark was driving. But if you didn't watch the video, we basically drove out there. It was a Sunday night. It was midnight. And we passed an Amish buggy, and I swear nobody was driving it. I mean, I'm not even kidding. We could see in as we drove by, and there was no driver. We got out to the bridge, a minute later, and we stepped out, and we're looking all over the bridge, and we could see what looked like a pelt in the water. And of course, you know, in a situation like that, middle of the night, you're out there at Amish Crybaby Bridge. We had just passed a driverless buggy, and your mind starts running. And we're all like, what if there's a baby wrapped up in that pelt? Because basically the story is that whenever Amish people have a baby that's unwanted, for whatever reason, they toss it over this bridge. That's the story behind the bridge. So our minds start running and we're like, there's a baby in that pelt. That person just tossed it over and hightailed it out of here. So I'll put that video at the end of this one, just because it's kind of cool. But that's the kind of things that are in this book. Look at this. There's a whole field of concrete corn cobs. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, it's something that would be fun to see. 109 cement corn cobs, 6 feet tall, arranged in rows. I don't know. I mean, it's all this stuff is stupid, but it would be fun to see. Here's a story about the Mothman of Point Pleasant. That's another place I want to get out to. There's a big statue of a Mothman right in town. And I believe the Mothman Prophecies movie was based on this, the one with Richard Gere. Seems that I saw that movie and it sucked. But that's just another place I want to go. Just a whole lot of places in this book. Witch Woods. I don't know about that one. Faceless Figure at Dead Man's Curve. The Devil's Heartbeat Bridge. Oh, here's the basket. Longaberger Basket Building was built in 1997 at a cost of $30 million. Holy crap. I definitely got to get out there and see that. Here's an enormous rocking chair. Here's the world's largest cuckoo clock. I actually live about 20 minutes from that. That's in Sugar Creek. See, I don't know why this stuff interests me, but here's a gigantic plug and a giant rubber stamp. I just think that stuff would be so fun to see. It would make a good video. It would make a good little road trip. There's the basket again. Here's one, and this is a place I've wanted to go for a little while now, but I believe people are living there, and I don't want to disturb anybody. I'd probably have nightmares afterwards, but I want to go see the former home of Jeffrey Dahmer. That's not his home, that's him. But he lived in Bath, Ohio, which is, I think, about 45 minutes from me. And in that house is where he lived with his parents, and they eventually divorced. And then he started having all these crazy, crazy thoughts. And that's the house where he committed his first murder. Absolutely crazy story, Jeffrey Dahmer. If you've never read about it or watched the movies on him, I don't know if I recommend them. I mean, if that's your kind of thing, yeah, go for it. Because it really is interesting. I'm not saying I condone it. I'm just saying it is so interesting. And I just watched one the other day called something like My Best Friend Dahmer. And it was just a story of him in high school, basically leading up to when this crazy stuff started. How he was kind of a nerd in school. Nobody paid attention to him. He didn't have any friends. And then he started acting like a fool, basically pretending like he was having these seizures in the middle of school. And everybody was laughing at it, and that's kind of how he got some friends. But they weren't really friends. They were like fair weather friends, like make us laugh kind of thing. And I went through a little period of that when I was in school. There was a handful of people who I was the class clown, and they adapted this thing where they were my friend as long as I kept them laughing. And they would do this crap where they'd say, do something funny, in the middle of class. And sometimes I did, and I had to break out of that mold. But so I kind of related to the way he felt, having these friends who were friends because they made him laugh. And when he wasn't making them laugh, they weren't really friends. They were just like acquaintances. So that was kind of crazy. But just absolutely crazy story, Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know, lots of places in here. So this summer I'm going to try to go on some little road trips, hit some of the places in this book, and try to find some awesome roadside attractions and some more abandoned places and things like that. I don't know, that's what I was thinking about this morning. I sat down here and I always have this book on the table beside me, so that's just where my mind went immediately. If you guys know of any awesome roadside attractions that are in or around Ohio, let me know. I'll try my best to get out to them and make a video. I'm not sure how far I can really travel. It all just kind of depends on what's going on at any given time. But yeah, by all means, if you know of anywhere cool that you'd love to see me go, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to make it out there this summer. So wherever you guys are waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day, do something for somebody else, pay it forward, and let's make this world a better place. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.